So this is my first YouTube live video. So I'm curious how it's going to be. And it's a slightly different subject, body awareness. And I wanted to bring in my experience with sugar recently. And how that relates to Tantra and your embodiment practice. So, I once was reading Osho, as we do, and he said the meaning of enlightenment, or what enlightenment is when a human being can actually begin to learn from their life experience. And I thought that was really interesting, because you think everyone can learn from their life experience, but people don't. And how is that relevant to sugar? Because many people eat sugar on the planet, and they feel awful afterwards, and they don't even realize, oh, I just ate sugar, I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling grumpy, the pain in my body is increased, and they don't even know it. And then they carry on eating more sugar. So at the beginning of lockdown in South Africa, which was around probably the 25th of March or something like that, was it something like that? Yeah, something like that, 28th of March or something, I decided to cut out sugar. And for the most part, I haven't had any sugar since. I mean, I have a little bit here and there, and as almost like an experiment. And what's happened for me without the sugar is like all the old inflammation in my body is starting to disappear. So I used to get a lot of pain in my liver, my gallbladder, my stomach, all kinds of places. And just like, oh, maybe I'm just getting older, or, maybe it's just something you can't heal. I've had it for so long. I've had it for 2 decades, the same pain. I just don't know how, I don't know how to get rid of it. And actually, since I stopped having sugar, the pain is starting to really disappear. And it's almost as if, as my body trusts me more, then also the pain is getting, it's like going, well, she's not going to go back to sugar. We can really let this one go. And what seems to happen with sugar, and some people say because it's acidic, but I don't really know. It's like any inflammation you have. So like I used to get gallstone attacks, and then the stone moves along the gall duct, and it's sensitive, and it makes the duct of the gall, where the gall bowel flows, very sensitive. If there's a stone that comes through, it goes into a lot of pain. Or maybe you've had an operation, and then there's like inflammation from the operation. Or maybe you've had some kind of emotional trauma. And emotional trauma can also, from the brain patterning, if there's enough of the same trauma that repeats, those patterns start to create inflammation in your body. And then when you eat the sugar, for whatever reason, and you can do your own research, the sugar activates the inflammation. And the body's response is pain. And this is really interesting in terms of your practice as a tantrika, if you're on that path, or on a similar path, the path of awareness. That awareness that I would like to call your attention to in this journey with sugar is that many times I've noticed with myself and with other people is people like the same thing. So there's like branding, it's your favorite takeaway, your favorite fast food place has a branding, and then you always want that particular burger or something. And it's like, we feel safe when we get the sameness. So I've noticed people sometimes want to go into the pain state. It sounds strange, but you should watch yourself. Like, what do you do that creates pain in your life? Like if you drink too much alcohol one night, or you've always pick a fight with your partner. When they come home from work, they're a little bit grumpy, tired, they want some time to themselves, and that's when you come in and you start demanding things from them, and then you have a fight and you've got your fix, your fight, Or you take sugar and your body goes into physical pain, you collapse. Perhaps that's when people care for you when you're not well, and so you find ways to make yourself not well. So I notice that you think people don't want pain, but it's actually, and you listen to people talk about their pain, and you can see it's become an identity. And when you tell them how to get rid of their pain, they don't really want to know because it's their identity of who they are. So sugar is a major, major key. And in my experience of sugar in the last 6 months, I would say that it's like actually like a bedrock. It's like a foundation. I want to say if someone's addicted to heroin, you should first stop sugar. And if you can stop eating sugar, heroin will be much easier to quit. I mean, it'll still be challenging, but it'll be much easier. If you're addicted to pornography, first stop sugar, and pornography will be easier to quit. Sugar seems to be the beginning of addiction. That's what I'm starting to become aware of. And yeah, so it leads to inflammation. It also, according to many researchers on the planet, what they've seen is that it's very much, sugar is things that viruses love, bacteria love, and cancer loves. So it helps cancer to grow if there's cancer in the body. So cutting out sugar might not cure someone of cancer completely, but would slow the growth of the cancer down, which is always a plus while you're figuring out how to bring the body back to a healthy equilibrium where it can start to heal again. So cutting out the sugar, it will get rid of the inflammation, it will get rid of pain, it will slow down the growth of viruses, bacteria, and cancers in the body, and then allowing a lot more energy for the healing function of the body to happen. And all these things are helpful in your own journey into awareness, being aware what you're eating. How does it affect me? How does it create my pain body to activate? What is the habit of that? How does it create other illnesses? Why would I choose that? Why do I want to choose to be in pain or in illness? What's going on inside of me? What do I need? What do I get when I'm in ill? What do I get? Attention? Do I get compassion? Do I kind of drop out of life? What happens to me? So these are good questions of awareness around your dance with sugar or something similar. Not everybody has a great dance with sugar, but many, many, many people do. I would say it's the most addictive substance on our planet because it's something we get given as children as treats and as rewards. And it's often associated with fun times, So it really does have so many associations of enjoyment, while it's actually kind of very harmful to the body. In this time, I had like one little chocolate one day, and I had to sleep for 2 hours afterwards. My body could no longer tolerate such that intensity in the chemistries of the sugar. And then, obviously, in our journey into embodiment, if we want to enter our body more and become more aware of our bodies and enjoy our bodies more, we have to stop hurting our bodies. Because if the body's a painful place, we're going to do everything to stay out of it. So you have to look at ways of how you're making your body a painful place to live. How do you do that? And I really feel, if you're watching this, maybe sugar is key for you, or something like sugar. So how do you make your body painful? And I highly recommend giving up sugar. And you have to be really strict. I mean, so much stuff has got sugar in it, or sugar substitutes, and so much stuff. But if you do, it will very likely change your life forever. I hope that helps. Namaste. Have a beautiful, beautiful, in my case, night, wherever you are. Have a beautiful day or night or life today. Oh, and let me know. This is my first live stream. Let me know how that went. I have a thanks from Niambura Mwajiru. What a beautiful name. I know I probably said it badly, but it's really beautiful. It's my pleasure. Such a pleasure.